off, 61 people dead after their passenger plane plummeted from the sky in Brazil.
A plane plunged from the sky and smashed into a bustling part of Vigo, close to Sao Paulo, eliminating 61 people. People caught the terrifying crash on their phones, sharing footage of the plane's sudden fall. The whole nation is stopping to remember those lost in this horrifying accident. As shockwaves ripple through Vigo, witnesses describe how the plane, which had been flying normally, suddenly nosedived. What caused such a catastrophic drop? Join us as we dig into this alarming mystery and reveal what triggered the disaster, exposing the sky's secrets. Right now, the city of Vigo is at the center of attention as people try to understand what happened. Residents living near the crash site described the scary moments when the plane, after flying steadily, suddenly dove steeply, causing the crash that many witnessed. But this wasn't the only hard part. The aftermath of the crash has left the community in shock, with many people coming together to support each other in this tough time. Emergency teams are working hard to help those affected and to find out more about what happened. Authorities are working tirelessly to piece together the events leading up to the crash, hoping to bring some closure to the grieving families. Everybody was puzzled, attempting to discern the cause of the unexpected situation. Perhaps it was a matter of fuel shortage? Rushing outside, the sight that greeted them was concerning. An object was descending toward a nearby house. The fear of it crashing into their own backyard was palpable. Although the situation was fraught with danger, fortunately, it resulted in no injuries within the neighborhood. This stroke of luck was a small relief amidst the tension. Today is a very sad day for our nation. Brazil is in mourning. He was in the town of Gino in the countryside and mentioned that he couldn't get very close to the crash site. The police and rescue teams were busy doing their important work. Because of that, the day felt heavy and serious, showing just how serious the incident was. But this wasn't the worst part. The news kept coming, and it became clear that this crash had impacted a lot of people. The list of names of those aboard the airplane was recently released, revealing that there were 58 passengers along with 3 crew members. It was rumored that a significant number of the passengers were doctors. This detail hinted at the profound impact their potential loss could have on the medical community. In addition to the list, several videos captured the moment of the crash. These videos, taken from cell phones by eyewitnesses, circulated online, providing a stark visual account of the tragedy as it unfolded. The footage, viewed by countless individuals, underscored the sudden and horrifying nature of the accident, leaving a lingering effect on all who watched. Right now, we don't know why the airplane crashed. The weather has been bad since yesterday, with nonstop rain and thick fog making it hard to see far ahead. It seems like these tough weather conditions might have caused problems for the airplane's engines. An official report about the crash will be ready in 30 days. This report should explain what happened and how the crash occurred. Until then, we have to wait and hope for some answers. There's more to the story than we first thought. Vupas Linas Arias' first tragedy. But that's not the whole story. Some people are saying there might have been other problems with the airplane too. Maybe there were technical issues that no one noticed before the flight. These are all just guesses, though, until we get more information. While we wait for the report, families of those on board are looking for comfort and support. It's a hard time for them as they try to understand what happened to their loved ones. The airline is also working to help these families in any way they can. But this isn't the worst part. There's still a lot of confusion about what exactly went wrong. And until we know more, everyone is left wondering. This uncertainty makes the situation even more difficult for everyone involved. Someone brought up the idea of some kind, and soon after it was suggested that freezing weather might have caused the tragic plane crash. People started questioning the safety record of Vupas Linas Arias, which was the company that operated the crashed plane. It turns out that this crash was the first accident for Vupas Linas Arias, one of the oldest aviation companies in Brazil. Initially, there was some confusion about the number of crew members on board. At first, it was thought to be 3, but it was actually 4 crew members along with 57 passengers. This incident was a sad first for the airline, which had a great safety record until now. Journalist Vinicius Donardo wrapped up the conversation by confirming these facts, grateful for the opportunity to clear up the details surrounding this tragic event. Vinicius also emphasized the emotional impact on the families and the broader aviation community. It was a sobering reminder of the risks that come with air travel, despite the industry's overall improvements in safety. Questions about how the weather might have played a role in the crash were still lingering. The aviation experts were trying to understand how the freezing temperatures affected the plane's performance that day. Líneas Aéreas promised to cooperate fully with the investigators and take any necessary steps to ensure the safety of their flights. The airline's commitment to safety was crucial in rebuilding trust with their passengers and the public. A harrowing incident that was recorded on video: a plane experienced a catastrophic failure, plummeting from the sky at an alarming rate. Within the span of approximately 1 minute, the aircraft descended a staggering 17,000 feet before crashing into a densely populated area. The visuals of the crash were distressing, capturing the rapid descent and eventual impact that left a community in utter disbelief. Stain Kang from KTLA has been following this story closely and is here with us live from the news center with the latest updates. This is a heartbreaking story coming out of Sao Paulo. Local authorities have confirmed that a plane carrying 61 passengers crashed into several homes in a tragic accident. We need to warn you that the footage we have is very distressing. The video captures the devastating moment when the small passenger plane crashes. But this wasn't the worst part. As rescuers arrived on the scene, the reality of the situation became even more apparent. Families and friends of the passengers are desperately searching for answers, and the community is rallying together to support those affected. The community pulls together in a time of need. The silence that united a nation. The impact on the local community is immense. Neighbors have been providing shelter and assistance to those in need, showing incredible kindness during such a difficult time. The local authorities are working tirelessly to investigate the cause of the crash and ensure something like this never happens again. The coming days, we expect to learn more about what caused this tragedy. Investigators are looking into all possibilities, including mechanical failure and weather conditions. As we get more information, we'll continue to update you on this tragic situation. This story is a reminder of how quickly life can change. It's a time for us to come together and support those who are grieving and ensure the memories of those lost are honored. We'll keep you informed with the latest developments as they happen. When people looked up at the sky that day, they felt a wave of worry. It seemed like something unfortunate was about to happen right above them. It was a scary moment, but luckily no one nearby was hurt. In the middle of a naval ceremony, the president of Brazil had to pause everything to share some very sad news. As he faced the gathering, he announced that there was tragic news to impart. He urged everyone to pause for a moment of silence, allowing the weight of his words to settle among the listeners. After a brief pause, he revealed that a plane had crashed in the southern city of Bahia, resulting in the loss of all on board. He called for a minute of silence to honor the memories of those who had perished. The crowd fell silent, each person reflecting on the gravity of the situation. Flight 2283 was on its way to the international airport when this disaster struck, deeply affecting both the community and the whole nation. This event hit hard, marking a sad moment for everyone involved. The president's request for a moment of silence brought everyone together, sharing a sense of loss and unity. But this wasn't the worst part. The news of the crash spread quickly, and people started gathering around the site, hoping to help or just to understand what had happened. The whole area was filled with emergency services and volunteers who were working tirelessly to find answers and assist in any way they could. Families and friends of those on board were anxiously waiting for more information. They were desperate to hear anything about their loved ones, hoping against hope for a miracle. The mood was heavy and the reality of the situation slowly settled in, leaving everyone in a state of shock and grief. In the days following the crash, the community came together to support each other. There were memorial services and gatherings where people shared stories and memories of those they had lost. It was a time for healing and finding strength in one another. But even as the community tried to move forward, questions remained. How could something like this happen? What went wrong? Investigations began to piece together the events that led to this tragedy, aiming to provide answers and prevent future incidents. Yet it wasn't just the immediate community that felt the impact. Across the nation, people were reminded of the fragility of life and the importance of cherishing each moment. The tragedy became a catalyst for reflection, urging everyone to appreciate the people and moments that truly matter. But the story didn't end there. As investigations continued, new information started to emerge, revealing more about what had caused the crash. This new knowledge brought both relief and renewed grief as people tried to come to terms with the details of the tragedy. New clues emerged about what went wrong. A dark, tragic flight. Through it all, the resilience of the human spirit shone through. The community, though shaken, began to rebuild, finding hope and strength in the support they offered one another. They honored the memory of those lost by coming together, determined to create a future where such tragedies could be prevented. Near the bustling city of Sao Paulo, a plane suddenly couldn't communicate with anyone. Right now, officials are working hard to figure out why this happened. They've closed off the area around the crash, and emergency teams are there to help. The airline, called Linhas Aéreas, is supporting the families affected by this incident. They're also teaming up with Sao Paulo's safety officials to find out what exactly caused this terrible event. Linhas Aéreas has promised to act quickly and carefully. They want to handle the situation responsibly and keep everyone informed about what they discover. This incident has caught a lot of attention, and everyone is focused on understanding all the factors that led to this tragedy. The aim is to learn from any mistakes and improve safety measures to prevent something like this from happening again. The airline and safety officials are committed to being transparent about their findings. They want to ensure they take all the necessary steps to make flights safer in the future. But here's the thing, this wasn't the worst part. The real challenge lies in figuring out exactly what went wrong. This investigation isn't just about finding answers. It's about making sure such incidents are avoided in the future. As officials dig deeper into the cause, their commitment to preventing another tragedy is stronger than ever. The community is watching closely, hoping for answers and improvements. It's a tough time for everyone involved, but it's also a chance to learn and grow. The efforts being made now are crucial for the safety of future flights and the peace of mind of everyone who flies. While the investigation continues, people are united in their determination to make air travel as safe as possible. There's a shared goal: to protect passengers and make sure this kind of incident doesn't happen again. The lessons learned from this tragic event will be invaluable for enhancing flight safety for everyone. To find out what really caused the airplane crash, we spoke with Ross Amer, an experienced aviation expert who used to be a pilot for Boeing and United Airlines. He shared his thoughts on what might have happened during the accident. Amer explained that the plane did something called a corkscrew maneuver. This means the plane spiraled down toward the ground, much like a corkscrew being twisted. As the airplane got closer to the ground, Amer noticed that it seemed to spin faster and faster. He guessed that when the plane finally hit the ground, it must have been with a lot of force because of these quick spinning movements. This description helps us picture just how intense and dangerous the situation was during the crash. It gives us a better understanding of what might have happened when the plane went down. But this wasn't the worst part. The rapid spinning before impact suggests there was more going on than just mechanical failure. It raises questions about what led to such a dramatic loss of control. Amer's insights give us a glimpse into the possible dynamics of the crash, pointing to several factors that might have contributed to this tragic event. Answers begin to unfold amid the tragedy. A closer look at São Paulo's aviation tragedy. A tragic event occurred when a plane called the ATR 72-500, operated by Vigo, crashed in São Paulo, Brazil. This terrible accident claimed the lives of 61 people. The plane dropped 17,000 feet in just 60 seconds, showing how quickly everything went wrong. We still don't know what exactly caused the crash, but the aircraft's flight recorder, often called the black box, might provide important information about the last moments of the flight. At the time of the crash, there was a cold front, raising concerns about icing, which can seriously affect how a plane flies. Icing can disturb airflow over the wings, leading to a sudden loss of lift and control. People who saw the crash reported that the plane was spinning steeply with little forward motion. This suggests that the plane might have stalled, meaning it lost lift and couldn't stay in the air. Witnesses described seeing the plane almost drop straight down before crashing, causing a huge cloud of smoke. Following the crash, Brazil's President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva declared 3 days of national mourning. This highlights how serious the event was and its impact on the nation. The airline Voipas expressed deep sorrow over the accident and is supporting the victims' families. They are also working with investigators to find out why the crash happened. This crash is one of the worst in recent aviation history, leading to thorough investigations. Understanding what led to this tragic event is crucial for improving flight safety and preventing similar incidents in the future. But the worst part is the impact on the victims' families and the entire nation, which will be felt for a long time. As investigators dig deeper into the causes of the crash, they aim to ensure that such a tragedy does not happen again. By learning from this accident, the aviation industry hopes to enhance safety measures and protect the lives of future passengers. Understanding these dynamics is crucial for improving aviation safety and preventing future accidents. By examining the possible causes, we can learn important lessons to make flying safer for everyone. However, the questions remain. What exactly triggered the corkscrew motion, and could anything have been done to stop it? These are the challenges investigators face as they work to piece together the events that led to the crash. Ultimately, this case serves as a reminder of how complex and unpredictable flying can be. Despite all the safety measures in place, it's a call to action for continued research and development in aviation technology and training. The airplane might have been going very fast right before it crashed. This is really sad news. Amer mentioned that this plane was a turboprop model, which is usually known for being safe, and accidents like this don't happen often. It's really important now to find the black box from the wreckage because it will help us understand why this terrible accident happened. But here's the thing. Accidents with these planes are rare, which makes this even more surprising. There are still many questions that need answers, and the investigation will take time. We'll keep you updated as we learn more about what really happened. Could safety protocols be overlooked in aviation? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more.